Yeah, hey everybody, this is Ian from Mindful Marketplace, and today's the 8th of June, 2021. And we've just uploaded a brand new short workshop for those of you who are getting started practicing mindfulness or meditation. It's six general prompts, so there's a lot more to this practice that we discussed in our private forum, but this is for those of you who are just reading our newsletter and kind of getting familiar with our platform. Each week, we share a different mindfulness based technique or heuristic or practice slash exercise that is designed to actually expedite and improve your experience of what mindfulness feels like. So, lots of people struggle with actually understanding what it means to be mindful or what mindfulness feels like, or most commonly, people struggle to meditate at all. So, this is a short heuristic or series of shortcuts or a just a simple process that I created a couple years ago that's been very helpful for my own practice, and I'm sharing it, as widely as I can in the hope that it serves others as well. So there are six basic steps, and they are intention, attention, location, sensation, concentration, visualization, and evaporation. And each of these has a space for you to share your experience as you try and apply this practice. And I'm just going to cover really quickly some of the kind of unique um, methodology at work here. So, intention is a word that's often used in the mindfulness and meditation space, but we use it a little bit differently for this practice. And essentially, it helps you to identify what you're hoping to cultivate from the practice: more compassion, connection, courage, or confidence. And I frame this in this way: what is your practice in the service of? Right? So, what are you practicing for? What are you hoping to accomplish by dint of your practice? And this can apply either to an individual meditation session or a sit, or it can apply to the overarching ethos and approach to why you want to be a mindful yogi, why you want to practice mindfulness, what you are hoping to accomplish through the practice itself over a longer period of time. And I point this out because there really is a much different feel to a mindfulness practice that is done in the service of, let's say, love or forgiveness or compassion than there may be for de stressing or wanting to be better at your job or performing better in a sport or those sorts of like mindfulness as a the executive stress ball sort of approach, right? So lots of people are practicing mindfulness in the service of trying to like get a raise, right? That's a much different person than the person who is practicing mindfulness to feel more self-compassion or more connection to their life in some other more elevated way. All right, so attention. How do you aim your awareness, right? So, can you place the spotlight of your focus in a particular direction and can you hold it there? This is really a much more challenging thing than most people recognize until you actually try to practice mindfulness in a very structured way. So, we covered this in a much more robust way in our workshop, and you can sort of interact with this as you see fit here as well. All right, so location. Where does your focus flow? And a somatic or body centered practice is really helpful for getting started with mindfulness or meditation, as it gives us an anchor in the body, right, to use as a signpost to cultivate and quantify the clarity that we bring to the practice. So if I use my attention in a very systematic way to focus it on a location in my body, the next thing that happens is it generates a sensation, right? And then what does it feel like, right? So this is where you're actually getting as close to the idea of, you know, what it feels like in your heart, in your feet, in your hands. And when you apply your attention this way, you start to notice that your body has a you know a series of sensations, vibration, weight, buzzing, tingling, temperature, hot, cold, all these things that we generally overlook as part of our ordinary experience. So, all of this whole process is designed to lead you in a very systematic way through recognizing all of this and then really getting clear on what it feels like to be incredibly mindful moment by moment. And again, I'm not going to go through the whole entire thing here, but the next step is concentration, where you're actually using your attention to get as close to that sensation that you're feeling as possible. So if you're feeling heat in your hands, or weight in your feet, or love in your heart, or compassion in your heart, you want to use your mindfulness muscles in this case to get as close to the sensation as possible. And then we just continue to grow the practice from there. So if you're interested in this workbook, you can access it below. It's free. And, again, this is something that I created a couple years ago to help me with my own practice. And it's been incredibly liberating. It has really offered me an incredible set of step by step processes that I can use every single time to really identify, am I clear? Am I concentrated? What does it feel like to be me moment by moment? And how can I really strengthen my mindfulness muscles, right? In the way, in the service of being more connected, compassionate, loving, caring, self aware, and all those good things that we hope to glean from this practice. Okay, so if you have any interest in applying this, you can download the PDF below. It's a little worksheet. You can fill out all this sort of experiences that you're having. And if you're interested in joining our 52-week cohort, our next cohort opens in about 10 days or so in the middle of June. Send an email to mindfulmarketplace@gmail.com, and I'll send you the pre-registration link for that as well. It's a 52-week course and cohort and community called Enlighten Up, where we share all sorts of really life changing practices for those of you who are on this path with us. Okay, thank you so much for listening as always, and have a wonderful day.